Hi friends, today we're going to read the story called Timimoto. Timimoto is a tale from Japan. And in this story, we're going to learn how do tools help Timimoto explore. Many years ago, in a small village in Japan, an old woman and her husband were talking about their life's wishes. "I have only one wish," said the woman. "I am sad that we never had children. I wish that we could have a child, even if he were no bigger than my finger." The old man nodded his head and sighed. Later that day, the woman took her bucket to go fetch some water. Do you know what fetch means? When you fetch something, you go after it and then you bring it back. So she went to go get some water and she brought it back. Have you ever fetched something? She was walking along when she heard a cry coming from the ground next to the path. Wah, wah! She looked down and she saw a tiny baby, only 1 inch long, wrapped in a piece of red cloth. "My wish has come true," cried the old woman. She picked up the baby and cradled him in her arms. Filled with joy, she brought the baby home to her husband. They named him Timimoto. Look at this baby. She's cradling him in her hands. Well, Timimoto grew up, but he never grew very tall. When he was 15 years old, he only stood as high as his mother's middle finger. Look at that. My middle finger is right here. That's how tall he is. He's so tiny. One day, on his 15th birthday, Timimoto decided that he wanted to see the world. "I am going on a journey," he announced. "We understand, son," said the old man. "We too wanted to explore the world when we were younger. Let us give you some tools for your journey." Some tools. I wonder what tools he's going to get. The old woman fetched a sewing needle. She fetched it. She went to go get it, and then she came right back. She slid it into a piece of straw and tied it to Timimoto's belt. "You will need a sword to protect yourself." "Oh, his sword is a little sewing needle. Ding, 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 ding. That's my sword." "And you will need a boat and a paddle," the man said to Timimoto. So he went into the kitchen and he returned with a rice bowl and a chopstick. Oh my goodness, that's a bowl for rice and a chopstick. You can get far if you travel on the river. "Thank you," said Timimoto. "These tools will help me as I explore new places." Timimoto said goodbye to his parents. "Be safe," they said. "Watch out for the night giant who lives down the river." Timimoto hopped in his boat and paddled away. "Be safe, Timimoto. Goodbye. Bye, Mom and Dad." He's going down the river. Oh dear, the night giant? Timimoto set out on his adventure to discover the world. Discover means to find out something for the very first time. I wonder what he'll discover. As he was paddling along, he felt something sticky tap his shoulder. He turned and saw a huge frog on a rock behind his boat. The frog was trying to catch him with his tongue. Blip, blip. "Wait," thought Timimoto. "I have the perfect tool for this. I wonder what tool he'll use." A tool is something that helps people do work or helps people to learn. I wonder what tool he's going to use to get that frog away from him. He raised his chopstick. Ooh, hit his chopstick high in the air, and he whacked the frog on the nose. Ow! The frog dove into the water and swam away. Later, Timimoto arrived at a small village. He saw a crowd of people running toward their houses. He got out of his boat and walked into the village. He spoke to a man who was pushing a cart of vegetables. Oh, here's the man pushing the cart. Do you see Timimoto? There he is. Excuse me, sir. Why is everybody running? He asked. The man looked down and said, You must be new in town, young man. Hasn't anybody told you about the giant who comes out at sunset? Oh dear. Suddenly, Timimoto remembered what his parents had told him. This must be where the night giant lives, he thought. Timimoto thanked the man and raced back to his boat. Oh my goodness. Dun dun, dun 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 dun. Ah! Timimoto ran toward the dock, but it was too late. The sun had already set behind a hill. What would happen next? Suddenly, the ground started to rumble and shake. A rumble is a long, low sound like thunder. That's a rumble. The night giant appeared behind poor Timimoto. Ah, the night giant! I am hungry for a big dinner, the giant roared. You are very small, but you'll do for my first bite. The giant scooped up Timimoto and popped him in his mouth. Inside the giant's mouth, Timimoto knew just what to do. Mother gave me a sword just for this reason. Remember his sword? It's a tool, he thought. Timimoto lifted the sword high above his head and brought it down on the giant's tongue. Ow! The giant let out a terrible scream. Ah! Timimoto leaped out of the giant's mouth and landed safely on the ground. That hurt, the giant cried. I will never return to this village again, he whined as he ran back into the forest. Ah! One by one, the townspeople came out of their houses and surrounded Timimoto. You have defeated the night giant, they cheered. Thank you, friend. Timimoto bowed his head, then got into his boat and paddled back toward his home. Wow, that's the end, friend. Timimoto used his tools to defeat the night giant. That was awesome. Have a great day, friends.